And welcome everybody to Batman Radio. How's everybody doing? All right, so first order business. Probably not going to be opening the chat here at all at any point in the future. Okay, um, or even providing or dropping a link because well, it's absolutely pointless. Like I said, once people show me their cards and show me what they're on consistently, especially after this many years, it would be kind of silly of me to think that suddenly people are going to change, right, on this network, right? I came on this network like any normal person would, trying to collaborate with everyone, man. Okay. I came on here with a purpose and a place and a message. You understand? And I mean, I don't know. I mean, I tried my best, man. I've tried my best with a lot of different individuals on this network. Don't really feel any way about it. Don't really care. But the fact is that I make them feel inferior because they are, and I am your superior, and you will address me as such and talk to me as such, and you will respect me. So, like I said, there's not going to be any more of this getting on your keyboard and typing in a way that you don't talk and don't speak and anything fake. It's going to be all real now. Like I said, I serve as the reminder of their inferiority. I serve as a reminder that they have no excuse. They have absolutely no excuse as to why they have not succeeded. They all have had more than ample and valid opportunities, way more than me, way more than I ever had. Okay. I mean, I'm still going through a lot. I still have major issues and problems that I deal with. You understand that really, I mean, all it takes is just a little bit of support, a little bit more income, and I can get things, better and better as we go. But like I said, when you've got a network like this that is just against me and doesn't want to see me win, we got to call it what it is. Okay. And the reason they don't want to see me win, I think, has a few different reasonings. And again, no, it's nothing I did wrong. It's everything I did right. This is kind of like you so called women. You literally have a society of so called women that are so backwards. It's unbelievable. They have no concept of reality. I think this is half the reason why all these people support me. I really do. I don't think it's half, but I think it's a part of the reason, a small part. I think it's a minuscule part, but a part nonetheless. But I think a lot of the guys, if they listen to me, I'm guessing that they probably kind of relate to what I'm saying because I really don't be talking to too many people. So again, I don't know. If people don't tell me, I have no idea what's going on, man. If you want to say I live in my own world, that's fine. I mean, I've always been like that. I'm just one of those guys and people who is always kind of in their own world. I mean, that's the way you're supposed to be. I mean, it is your world if you make it such, right? So it's like, you know, I mean, what else are we here for? I mean, like I said, the thing I'll never understand about so called women today is they've just gotten so far from what women used to be. And it's just, I have to see it and witness it every day. Most of it online, but a lot of it in reality too, just things that I witness and see. And, you know, it's just sad. It's just sad when you have a society of people like this who, I mean, like I said, they don't do anything but whine and complain. Um, they don't have any taste in anything really. Um, and it's just very odd to me. This entire generation, the new generation, they try to lump us in and say we're millennials. I'm not a millennial. Okay, I'm 35 years old. They want to sit here and act like it's a technical term, like it means that you were, I don't know, I guess in the generation of whatever. I mean, the millennium, from what I thought, was the year 2000, right? So when we got to the year 2000, I would say it's supposed to be kind of anything after that date, right? And then the problem is a lot of even the older folks, they act like millennials too. And that's the issue because it's like, it's not really, it has nothing to do with that. It's really like just a generational thing of behavior and the way that people were raised, or more like lack of raising. Okay. And this is why you have what you have today. Okay. A bunch of people who make excuses all the time when they have none, make excuses instead of getting the job done. Okay. Um, I see you over there, by the way, right? I'm done saying names. I'm done giving y'all chances. I didn't give you your opportunity. I see you over there. And like I said, here's how this is going to work, buddy. And I want y'all to really listen up and hear me loud and clear. Okay. If you don't get down with Cashless Bane, okay, my record label, me, what I'm building here, you don't get down with Batman, you don't start breaking bread with Batman, you don't start paying me, I'm going to make sure every single channel on this network gets taken down. You understand me? I'm going to make sure that none of you are able to, have a bit sufficient business on here because you don't deserve to. It's just that simple. You tried to stop mine with every single instance, okay, and stop me from making money. Why would I turn around and show any leniency? No, we could play that game. Feel me? So, like I said, one of them dudes, they took down a live that they did yesterday. Oh, trust me, I'm on it. Now, I tried being nice. I offered y'all an opportunity to talk. You want to act like I don't exist? You want to pretend you're ignoring me when I run this network? You would not do that if it was somebody, right, from that other group. If it was somebody from your group, this is why they're convenient. You would have acknowledged and you would have came over here and talked. You don't want to talk? Cool, no problem. That's why you had to take your live down, I'm guessing, right? Right? Because I was watching. Yeah, Batman always be watching. I'm aware of everything going on. Don't think for 1 second that I ain't aware. Okay. And my whole deal is, I told you what it is. You want to have an avenue and still give trolls a voice. Trolls have nothing to do with nothing. They don't get a voice. Okay. Period. I mean, they would have to basically pay to get a voice. And even then, they really don't have a voice. Let's just get realistic with ourselves. Right. So check this out. When you got a dude who don't even have 1,000 subs, and you're not a mecha superstar, mega man, like, like the sun out here, and you don't attract everything and everybody, and you're not a local celebrity and worldwide. I mean, you don't walk around and get honked at everywhere you go like me. Why in the hell would I sit here and put up with this? Why should you be able to get all those guests on your panel, whether they're people who have no value or not? Why? That doesn't make sense. See what I'm saying? They're still trying to lean on their little fake illusion that I've already exposed. Like, what are you talking about? It don't work like that. Y'all want to be guests on a panel. The only panel you're going to be coming on is this one, but you're going to have some kind of reputability or credibility, and most of them don't. That's why they hang around over there. You feel me? They find these different little, basically, havens online to go to. I'm going to make sure every one of them channels is removed from this network. Yes. Yep. Nope. Nope. We ain't doing that. So, like I said, one of them, it looks like that one is having trouble with their channel. Okay. Apparently, Tone Space's fake girlfriend, okay, the fake wife, because they're not really married, right? Apparently, she was served with an RO, restraining order. Okay, that's what I've heard on the interwebs, right? Ha ha. Yep. Yep. I done told you. I done told you to quit playing those games, sister. Yeah, so what happened to all that jive talk, all that wannabe fake educated talk you was talking? Yeah, that didn't fly, did it? I told you. That stuff works for a time online. That stuff don't fly in reality. So that cyber dude wasn't having it, right? And said, nope. Good. Good. I'm glad somebody's standing up to him. You know what I mean? Because this is the problem, is they keep doing this cyber stuff and acting like we all got time. I don't got time. I'm not in y'all's position. Like, I literally don't have time. I mean, I'm not even going to know what's going on. So, like, I'm untouchable. I'm completely untouchable, especially with that nonsense. Like, I'm not obligated to nothing. Like, this is YouTube. It's YouTube. We come on here, we do YouTube. That's it. It's not a big deal. Doesn't go any farther than that. Never will. Promise you. I'll never allow it. It makes no sense. So, like, y'all want to waste your time getting caught up with problems and all that. Well, that's because of your actions. If you just use YouTube for what it's for, you're not going to have any problems. Not like that. So, see, if people would just focus and do their job and think about God and put God in everything like I do, you'd be all right. I wouldn't have any issue if people like the Penguin were really coming to believe in God. But if he was coming to believe in God, then he would have had a conversation with me and said, hey, you know what? I understand I was wrong. I want to give a sincere apology and I want to turn a new leaf. And he would be transparent and be able to talk in person, but he's still terrified of the Batman because he's evil and wicked. He's saying God's name in vain, which is the biggest no-no ever. And I just told you that when you do that, it's just instant karma from God. It's common sense. And in the readings right now, it says God's wrath. It says that's what they're experiencing and going through, all these people. So it's either happening as we speak or just starting or coming right around the corner. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Go talk. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain. Don't be jelly of me because I look better than Brad Pitt. Oh, man. People are hilarious, bro. They're hilarious. Yes, you were tuned in with the mega superstar Batman, the only one, the fairest of them all, with my long, beautiful, wavy locks. I want to get cornrows. When Christina gets to me, I'm going to tell her, I think that we should get me to like an actual, like, good barber shop somewhere, probably up north, where they actually know how to do that. And like, my hair's getting long enough, like, I might tell them, yo, give me some cornrows. Y'all don't get it, bro. Y'all want to act like this is a game. Like, this is who I am, bro. I'm not on here as a gimmick, but I'm gonna milk this for all it's worth. I'm planning on getting cornrows and singing R&B. Straight up. I'm gonna be the Blanco Trey Songs. Straight up, I'm about to be the white Trey Songs. I can sing. Okay, I want to get cornrows and look pretty and make money and sing and make my music. That's what I'm planning on doing. I don't know what y'all talking about. I'll never stop being Batman. That's a real thing. That's not fake. But like, we got to do something else too on the side. We can't just do that. I mean, we could, but sometimes you want to switch it up. I like making music. I like making music. I'm gonna have fun. People love my music if they get a chance to hear it. My music is the best music ever made, in my opinion. Music is amazing, and that's why all the time coming up, you can see how like crab in a bucket like your society is. A lot of times, dudes, people would tell me good things, but a lot of times, dudes would try to act like they critiquing, or like, well, what did you record on? What does it matter? If somebody's starting like demo tapes and they're recording on whatever, why would it matter? The stuff that I was making on cheap little Windows laptops is better than anything y'all have ever made. So what do you mean? Bro, I had an ancient like dinosaur MacBook for a while. I want another one of those. That was the best laptop I ever had. It was way better than the new backs. I don't know what y'all talk about. That old white MacBook or MacBook Pro, whatever. Oh, it was nice. For recording, it was what started the whole like Elvis thing, because I used to put on the echo setting and it worked so well. The music I produced at that time was so amazing. It's unbelievable. Why are they driving so slow? Oh, I That's hilarious. There was a cop right behind him. They didn't tell him anything, but why are they going so slow? Weird. But yeah, like I said, me, I'm divinely protected. I don't worry about nobody and nothing. I go through what I go through physically, but that's what created me. I mean, that's what's so crazy. I turned pain into power, But yeah, I'm not here to hear y'all talk. If you don't have anything constructive to say, like, why would I let you interrupt my program? Right? I'm a boss. This is what I do. Feel me? So at the end of the day, it's just, I don't know. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm planning on maybe getting cornrows and singing my R&B, singing songs. I got to work on my vocals. They're already amazing, but I'm trying to go see if I can make do some higher notes and stuff, different stuff. So, I mean, like I said, we all have things that we want to do. I mean, I have a platform. I can't really do it except on shorts. There's too much creative control. They're not going to let you do music like that on this channel. But like I said, I use other channels. And all of you can sub to my other channel, True Alpha Dating Advice. And that's another thing that I actually do want to really genuinely get started is giving people relationship advice. And yes, believe me, I can give you advice. I know a lot, So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. We can stop with the acting like any of you on here set the standards of how people think. Nobody thinks like you. The entire public doesn't think like you. That's why you keep trying to go online and flood the internet with comments of things that aren't positive. You don't shape the way anybody thinks. You're just talking to yourself. That's why it's just hilarious. Now, if anybody's laughing, it's me. I just don't laugh like that. And we've explained this to you. So they just repeat the same cycle, not knowing that they're losing. They just do it to themselves. So let them do what they do. Anybody who sits there laughing when nothing's funny for no reason, like I said, it's common sense, proof in the pudding. They ain't feeling too good over little me and my success. That's what it is. They can't handle my success. Feel me? They can't handle my aura, my energy, and just who I am, my existence. So you're going to have to hold that L, like Tone Space. So there was no instance where Tone Space was standing up for anyone or defending or protecting anyone, nor has he ever. He's out for himself. Okay. And whatever that situation was, you don't think that's kind of odd and weird that another guy has to get a restraining order on a guy who claims that that's his wife when they're like, I don't even think they're legally married. And they claim that they got married at like a notary place. Like, that's pathetic. So that's not kind of weird. I told you they're weird individuals. They're not in real relationships. There's no love. They're not even together. They don't even live together. They're in different states, supposedly. I don't really know anything about them. I'm just saying what I hear. I don't be paying attention to none of these people. They come bother me. Feel me? But like I said, at the end of the day, yeah, she and him have been leaning on this role reversal stuff long enough, right? And she's still doing it, still online, trying to role reverse, projecting her issues that she clearly has onto other innocent people. And I have a problem with it. Everybody has a problem with it. Like, listen, bro, you just ain't it. You was never a part of no sector in the first place. Okay, Tone Space wasn't even considered a part of that sector. I've said this 8 million times. The original sector was made up of a few key people, right? And sadly, they came and bothered me. I responded. And then basically I became the king of everything in the whole internet. And then over time, it's just progressively grown, right? We've had on and off periods where I fell off because they took my channels down or whatever. And then I bounced right back. But I've been the king since day one. Yeah, no, I've made quite a bit of money on here, donations and whatever over years. A lot of money off of them, basically, just off of participating in the so-called sector, whatever. and talking about them or what's going on, just doing YouTube. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm just saying, if they want to be my enemies, I make money off my enemies. I still do to date and will continue to. You know, whatever you do, I get publicized publicly, and there's nothing you can do about it. I get to talk about it, right? Got every right to as a citizen. Man, that Andy guy too, man. Boy, he's really getting his karma. Like everything for him is just a cycle of just nonstop karma, man. You know what I mean? And he's just not a good dude, man. Like he's just really not a good person to anyone around him, and he's homeless. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to say the rest of his name because there's rules on here, and I just don't want to say that part. And he ain't about that anyway. That's what's so weird. He don't come from none of that. That dude is some kind of like regular scrub from the suburbs, and he's begging every day. He'll beg for a new phone. He'll beg for donations. Looks like his eye is like deformed and all messed up now. Like the real dudes in Oklahoma or wherever wasn't having his nonsense at any time, so they got at him apparently, right? I look like a little porcupine, a little cute Brad Pitt porcupine, right? You know, people don't get with me. You ain't gonna get no acting. I'm not Ice Poseidon, okay? Yeah, he's scared of me too because they used to tell that boy. They said he's here in Austin, like, and yeah, that dude Ice Poseidon's a joke. Okay, I saw him get checked by a gangster. That was hilarious. Yeah, like there's real gangsters in the world. That's what people don't understand. Like, I'm not saying that guy necessarily was it. I wouldn't have let him talk to me like that. That's for sure. The other guy, it's an old man, right? But I'm just saying, there are real gangsters in the world. I happen to be one of them. You know, so I mean, like I said, I mean, you know, normal people just don't do that. Y'all keep on with this fake, like you're thrill seeking. And I mean, you're not rattling cages. You're just sitting there trying to bother, you know, good people and good folk. If somebody's a gangster, they're a gangster for a reason. They're a gangster because they have to be, right? Normally, right? I mean, so I just don't understand. And it doesn't mean that we're the same because we're not at all. And we don't move the same. I'm a whole different animal that people aren't used to. I'm a gangster because it's in my soul and in my core. I'm not cool with nobody. I don't affiliate with nobody. I'm just me. I'm a man. I think every man should be a gangster in his own retrospect, in his own perspective. And if not, well, then you're doing something wrong. You know, men are supposed to be feared and respected. And that's what I am. You know, so that's my whole deal, you know. It's just like everything, nothing gets by me, you know. It's kind of like when some of these folks get to channel the little wannabe thugs and stuff. I'm sure some of them, a lot of them like it. It seems like almost all of them do. Maybe all of them do. I don't know. But I'm sure you get the occasional hater who's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. He ain't tough. He ain't this, blah, blah, blah. It's all on camera, buddy. And, you know, that's the difference between you and I is y'all do a lot of talking. And I've already lived it and done the real thing. So I'm your role model, whether you like it or not. Okay. You know, you may be a hater, but you're going to have to just sit down and listen to the teacher because I'm Mr. Miyagi to you, Mr. Miyagi to you. Real talk. Since when was it cool for Danielson to disrespect Mr. Miyagi? You know what I mean? So you listen here, Danielson, you'll do what you're told and you'll listen, right? You're aspiring to be me, boy. Real talk, it's just the truth. Everybody wanted to play that they were gangster. All of them. They all want to act like they're the mob when I'm literally the DNA in the actual family. I come from the literal actual lineage. I'm it. You know, I'm just by myself and I'm the runt of the litter. You know, so it's like, you know, I mean, you know, like I said, my dad was a UT graduate lawyer. Don't get it twisted. That's still what my family is. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm sure there was masonry in my family. I'm not against people if they're a mason. I'm exposing what masonry is. Trying to wake people up. You know? a lot of things I try to understand still to this day about my father that I don't know and don't understand. It's a hard thing for me, so, I don't have all the answers. I'm not claiming to be perfect, nothing like that. But I do know a lot. And people should generally try to listen to me because I can teach you something because I have the life experience. I mean, the fact is, I'm lying. I do have the answers. I'm just trying to be humble. I may not have all the answers for me, but even then, I keep pushing. That's what Batman is about, pushing through anything and everything. And that's how I've lived my life. A lot of people didn't understand it, man. I've caught a lot of flack from a lot of people for it. People act like I've never been through things. I'm the one who's been through everything. Went through everything, man. Everything. I'm talking everything you can imagine and more. I've been there, done that. So that's the thing. When you got somebody who's really got life experience is not a bad thing. Just because somebody goes through an experience that might be a little bit negative or a little difficult or tough, that's where you learn. That's why I can't talk to people like y'all online because y'all never been through nothing. You can tell because you're always trying to shame somebody you don't even know, right? That's not personal. That must be how you're with everybody, right? That's probably how you are with everybody you meet. And that's why they have no friends, no significant other that's real, no relationship with love in it. They can't feel love, no nothing. You narcs are miserable. I've witnessed these so-called women on 6th Street, and they literally will sit there and act like they're chasing a guy who does nothing but smoke weed, literally. And I'm just saying, it's just kind of weird how your standards have completely disintegrated. I mean, I don't care. Like, I don't want your attention, especially now. I got me a girlfriend, the girl of my dreams, Christina. But I just always thought it was odd how they try to act like I ain't nothing. And like I said, this is the new generation. You understand? And I'm talking people who are in their 40s, even 50s, tried to front on me, stun on me. And it's because, like I said, the so-called women of today are a complete joke. They don't know how to think straight up. Because any normal woman, I'm just telling you, predating back about 10, 20 years ago, I'm just being real with you. I never had women problems. Never have, never will, right? Ever. Like I said, I have a woman, Christina, and I'm loyal, and these people are mad because they don't know how to be loyal and faithful or wait for someone and, be abstinent and be loyal and faithful. I have no problem doing that, especially for someone that I care about and I'm trying to, have the real thing and have real true love with and a connection, even if it's online. Like I said, I never did online relationships before. Not like that. You know what I mean? Nothing like that, but it's not online. We're going to be in person. You know what I mean? So, like, it's all real, and people are just upset and wish they could ruin it because they're just worried about money. I'm not worried about money. I really genuinely love Christina. I'm not letting go of Christina for nothing. I've been here for her every step of the way, and it's extremely real for us, and we're very much in love, and that's my destiny, literally, and my future wife. So they just don't like seeing someone happy, and that's fine. It's not up to you. So I don't know what you're talking for or about. Feel me? All these people just need to learn how to be quiet, sit down, and enjoy the show. Like I said, my life is beautiful. But like I said, I just always found it odd that the so-called women, they all have an attitude now, and it's all weird. And like I said, I'm just being honest. All of their actual moms are who were chasing and pursuing me like nobody's business. Yes, I know. I know it's funny, but yeah, they're actual moms were after me like forever, like real talk. So it's like the new generation. I just be kind of laughing at them, like, yeah, okay, hey, well, yeah, your mom thinks different. I mean, literally. I mean, sorry, but it's the truth. Like, whatever you say, like so-called women are a joke, man. Like they don't even understand their awareness in reality or how to not make things awkward as hell. Like, have y'all not realized this? They're just weird. And then they got the nerve to go online and say other people are weird. I saw one today had a post that said, "Oh, I just stay by myself because, well, people are weird." You're not weird? I mean, I think that lady's got like 8 kids and is living in a hotel. Sound familiar? Like Jamil Nuts that she can't afford. Okay. And begging for money from complete strangers online. That's what they do. They bank on the fact they're a so called woman. I can guarantee you right now, I just know how it is. If you go on any social media app today, right now, okay, go on there, try to communicate with anyone. Because me, I only communicate to promote my channel with everybody, okay? Like 100%. I have to network. That's how I built this business and I make my money. I have to basically add everybody I can and I got to promote. It's what I got to do. There's no choice. I got to get this money. Feel me? If you even ask a question or get one word in edgewise and try to communicate with anyone, especially if it happens to be a so-called woman, what they're going to do is they're going to beg you for money. They're going to feel entitled, right? And what they do, in my opinion, should be considered illegal. They need to literally outlaw all these people who are doing all this, what they want to call content with the OnlyFans and all that. Man, they need to go ahead and just get rid of all that. Real talk, because I'm telling you, like, you cannot go in a social media app right now. It'll be every single one of them. I mean, you're going to tell me y'all ain't brainwashed, but you're all lonely as hell, don't have a partner. You're miserable. I mean, all of them are unhappy as it gets. And this is why I'm out here in society having to say, hey, can y'all pay me for what I'm doing here, my job? Because all the so-called women are the ones who make the money because the society gives them everything on a silver platter. They don't have to work for it. And every guy's going to agree with me who has a brain. All of them. Right? So like I said, if you get rid of that and don't let them beg anymore, then you'll get them where they got to go to work again. That's what they need to do. And then maybe one of them be smart enough to donate and support what I'm doing. Because as of right now, y'all look ridiculous. I'm sorry, but it's embarrassing, bro. Like, real talk. I've never had anything but love for women. But like at this point, like, yeah, no, I've been through too much. I've been through a lot. But what I'm saying is not coming from any personal place or anything like that. Like, nah, it's come from the place of this is actual reality, dude. I live my life with arms wide open no matter what. That's me. I keep bouncing back and I live in love no matter what. People can't change me. That's what I'm a walking example of, proof of, right? But I'm just saying, that's what they do all day. That stuff should be considered illegal. I don't understand why that's not illegal. All of them. I mean, it's illegal. Like what they try to do online is illegal if you do it in the street. So why shouldn't it be considered illegal online? I mean, they're trying to market and sell themselves. I mean, it's disgusting. You know what I mean? Like, I know y'all know what I'm talking about. It's be weird as hell. And like you can't even speak. Like me, I just try to talk to random people, just talk. Normal conversation. If you say one word, they might send you something and you don't even want it. Like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like, straight up. I'm being real, bro. I'm gonna keep it 100 and tell you the truth. I know people feel me and where I'm coming from. Like, I don't want anything from you. Like, what? I'm trying to promote my channel and my business, bro. You know what I mean? Like when people can't even have a conversation, there's something wrong. When it's a problem for people to donate to a Cash App, a PayPal, and a Venmo like I have here, and I got Zelle, something's wrong. I'm gonna tell you every aspect of the game and how weird and sick and disgusting it's become. You feel me? I don't care what nobody says. So-called women of today are the whole problem. They're 99% of the problem. That's why half these dudes is in jail and prison. Real talk. Half of them get set up by these so-called women. So then you got these so simp and better. They worried about her and what she doing while they in jail. Like, and I'm not gonna sit here and be hypocritical and act like I ain't been there. I've been there. I've been through it. That's why I understand. And that's my whole point. Like people got to wake up, man. You know what I mean? Like I went through it. I learned. You know what I mean? I went through it several times with different women. Christina knows. Christina's seen quite a bit of what I've been through. Y'all get to see what's online. The stuff offline is, the harder parts for me, but I've been through a lot. Been through a hell of a lot. But I mean, isn't that what life's about? We're not in control. We're not in control of anything, bro. God is in control. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you what's something, man. Any woman who ever wronged me, God sure handled them. I can guarantee you that. I guarantee you, God came down and said, "Here's your karma, lady." Real talk. I promise you that without me even worrying about it or trying to see. I don't care. Like, I pray for people like that, man, because that's what they do. I'm telling you, the so-called women today, they be your worst enemy. They'll be the ones who are right next to you, and they'll be the biggest snake ever. Yes. So, like I said, I cut the grass. Feel me? I make sure. Yes, yes, Fido. I know you're excited. Here he comes. It's perfect timing, Fido. Hello, Fido. Got an orange bandana on today. Are you gangbanging? He didn't know what to say to that. He's like, Red Pill. Red Pill thinks everywhere is Crip territory. It's Crip territory, Tyree. Crip territory. Yeah, like I said, don't worry. The dog is not gangbanging. It's a joke. Okay. Jeez. No sense of humor. I'm sure some of them have no sense of humor out there. They actually look cute. I like the little bandana on it. But yeah, like I said, it is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be, boy. Don't be mad at me because I enjoy life and I be myself and I ain't worried about nobody and nothing. Worry about you. Worry about you, princess. Real talk. That's what all of you need to do. You need to worry about you, bro. Like I said, things are pretty quaint over here. I look good. I feel pretty good. Like I said, I'm still going through a lot of different things, but doing my best with it. The strength levels are out of this world. Like I said, that ain't going nowhere. I'm almost wondering if I should take a little break to let my body kind of recuperate. I got some better rest. That's usually when I grow, man, is when I rest, to be honest. But then I'd be seeing y'all filming videos saying not to do this, not to train and do this, which is half my methodology that I'm using right now and exercising. Like, a lot of y'all be online spreading pure misinformation, man. It'd just be crazy, to be honest. I see that. Oh, look, it's repeating like El Frost Vivo, the stalker. Enjoy prison. Real talk. I mean, it's all in the readings. It says God's wrath. That's what they're going through. It says arrests are about to be made. I see it all happening, man, right in front of us. That's what these people wanted to play God. You don't ever try to play God. You're not God. You don't dictate reality. Okay? God does. And if anything, in this case, I do because, well, God works through me. That's what they said. They said I'm like God in the human form. So, I mean, I really proclaim the word of God. Like I said, if people like the penguin was really believing in God and changing and coming towards God, I'd have no issue. But when it's disingenuous and you're saying his name in vain, oh, that's a huge problem, brother. Why do you keep running your mouth hiding behind a keyboard? I mean, you're a grown man, bro. Like I said, I mean, all you're going to do is sit there and eat another pizza. I mean, you're not exactly scary. I mean, ooh, what's he going to do? He's going to eat some more CCs? Oh, gee, I'm so scared. I'm shaking in my little space boots, little penguin. It's pathetic, man. The dude can barely stand up. All he does is eat, spoiled rotten. I don't know why they keep feeding that boy. Real talk. He looks like they feed him like whole chickens. That boy is ridiculous. You understand? He ain't never heard of a workout a day in his life. Real talk, you need to come do this training. That's what you need instead of, wasting all your money on steak, playing your little lame computer game at home, being spoiled, right? Throwing any money you do make away. All right. Instead of moving ingots, you should be paying me for this here training, getting in shape. I mean, you said that they told you that you need to start exercising and stop eating so much. You ain't listening though. So he's kind of just accepted his fate, obviously. And like I said, I know God's going to deal with him. I already know him. He's got a whole problem he got to take up with God. God's all over you, Penguin. I ain't worried about that. God will handle that. Real talk. God knows what you did to your own wife, Tia. So do all of us. And I don't know why they covered that up, right? Because it was all on camera. He incriminated and indicted himself on camera, showing his neglect and that he was clearly giving her stuff, right? And then all of a sudden, this happens to Tia. He's leaving her on the side of the street by herself while she's under the influence of substances. It's on camera. Like, what do you expect us not to talk about it? So, like I said, that's a cover up. So, I don't know who the dude is, man, but he's snitching. I know that. He's a snitch. I don't know. He must have connections to those families or something. I don't know. Because when he go to jail, he always get out real quick, too. It's just like the movies. It's ridiculous. He definitely an informant. You know what I mean? An informant that does nothing but sit there and eat. He's a grown man child. It's ridiculous, that little penguin. And he ain't little. He's ginormous. He's a big penguin. A penguin is a bird that cannot fly. Oh man, you were funny. I'll tell you that, penguin. But yeah, you ain't really coming to God. You just sitting there saying His name in vain. Still, I mean, everything you do is evil and wicked. It's disgusting. So it is what it is. Do what you do, and take it up with God. You know, God will deal with you. God will deal with that. It's just common sense. That's what it says. The readings right now, they all dealing with God's wrath. I see it. I believe it. Makes a lot of sense, honestly. Feel me? All right. Give me a minute. I'll be right back. We're going to do another show.